Hello and welcome to today's matchup between the Immanuel Lutheran Lancers and the McDonnell Macks. This will be the Lancers' third game here in this tournament. After losing the first one in 2 sets, the second one in 3 sets after winning the first, ended up dropping the next 2. The final one 15-11. They had a break and now are back against McDonnell. They have 2 more games following this against Newman and Columbus Catholic. There will be a break between each of those games. And then that will be it for the Lancers here in this tournament. The winner of the tournament is a team who has the best record at the end, with McDonnell still being perfect at 2-0, taking out Columbus Catholic and Newman Catholic, taking on the 0-2 Lancers on the day. 6-4 now on the year. And McDonnell will start off serving. It'll be number 12, Ruff. The back received by Girdle. Sent across center for Koenig. She'll go deep and ends up going a little bit too far off the back of the bleachers. And the Macks will take a 1-0 lead early to start. Luke comes up to get it. Starling gonna back set it over. A diving attempt, can't get it back in the air. As the Lancers tie it back up at 1, which sends Leduc back to serve for the Lancers. Off the top of the net and back. Macks get the serve right back with a 2-1 lead. Lancers have done better with their serving here today. Have struggled within the last few games. As this one goes straight through the Duke. Thompson across for Radical on the run. Off the net, off the ceiling, and ends up dropping down in between a couple of diving Macks. As the Lancers tie it up at 2. Now Thompson back to serve for the Lancers. Touched off the back and set one up on the run. And Luke moved over and ended up dropping down right where she was. As the Macks go up 3-2. Entering in will be Flanagan. And Flanagan will head back to serve. The back, Luke comes over to take it. Set up for Radical. The back and out of play. Down the line for Leduc. Thompson gets it back up in the air. Radical from way back off the top of the net and handled. Step back cross. Cross court and just out down that line. Wade and Bartles in for Girdle and Koenig. And it'll be Bartles back to serve. Chance to tie this one back up at 4. High to the ceiling, saved on the way back down, and just bumped over. Received by Bartles. Thompson will set it up for Radical. Blocked off the net and onto the Lancers side. And the Lancers now down to 5-3. And it'll send Hansen back to serve. The corner, Radical didn't read it well, ended up having to scoot over at the last second, couldn't quite get it back toward the net, ended up sending it backwards into the bleachers for an ace. Puts them now up by 3, 6-3. The back, Radical's there. Thompson will set it up. Radical from back row, trying to go corner. Ends up sitting it out by a few feet on that sideline. As the Macks go up 4, 7-3. Radical line drive towards the net. Thompson gets it back, and Bartles will bump it over. Saving the set back on the run, and knocks one down. That's Heffler. Brings him up by now 5. Down the line, Radical's there. Thompson will bump one back for Radical. She'll go right back at Hansen. Back to Lancer side. Quaid sends one back down. Ends up rolling to the floor off the hands of Flanagan. Breaks the run and puts Lancers back within 4, 8-4. And now Radical back to serve. back, cross court off the hands of Quaid into the floor. As the Macks get it right back up by 5. The back, gonna let that one go. And off the back line by about a foot. Lancers get it right back, and it'll be Starlin now to serve. To the back, received Feeney and set back on the run. Right side, received by Bartles. Back over the net, but out of play. As now number 22, Sikora will enter in. Number 18, Aaron back to serve. Straight center for Radical. Set center for Leduc. Tipped it to net and saved. Brings one back on the run. Tipped the net back to the McDonnell side. Sent back and over. Radical's there. This time for Thompson. Tipped it to net. Diving save. Gets it back in the air. Gonna go back right side. Fading away across court. Thompson there once again. Gonna go up. For Thompson, so run over to get it. Step back across the left side. Cross court. Quaid is there. Thompson off the net. And Luke will touch it over. Under the Macks side as the Lancers hit 6. Gurgle going to enter in for Quaid. And it'll be Gurgle back to serve. And a timeout. 10-6, 4-point McDonnell lead here in the first set. Back off the timeout from the Lancers. Thompson just got her 2,000th assist in her career as the Lancers bring it within 4, 10-6. Go back to Slur, sliding safe, set back across court, and out on the sideline as the Lancers bring it back within 3. Berger will send that one into the net. Gives it back to the Macks. With Hansen entering and the Rough heading back to serve. Dug up by Berger, gonna just be touched over by Starlin. Set up quickly, center, Radical there. Gurgle gets it back into play, and Starlin was there to get it over. Luke didn't see her. Ended up getting just a piece of it and dropping down to the floor. 12-7, Macks right back up by 5. Off of Gurgle's shoulder, Starlin will send it across for Thompson. Ended up running into Bartles and ends up going into the net. Back diving saved by Gurgle. Starlin trying to get it back in the air to no avail. As the Macks continue their run here, led by Ruff serving. Received by Radical. Set across for Thompson. Blocked into the net. And the Lancers break the run now at 8. She's back and send it right back up to her. Cross court for Radical. Thompson back up for Radical. She'll knock one down. And the Lancers now within 5, 14-9. Luke back to serve. Receive center. Set across right side for Hansen. Off the hands of Gurgle and out of play. As the Macks going to get it right back up by 6. Back right for Radical. Thompson sets it for Radical. Knocks down another! Deep off the hands of Roth. And the Lancers hit double digits within 5. Thompson back to serve for the Lancers. Received center by Roth. Set back on the run. Knocks down one. Right past Leduc. With Flanagan now entering for the Macks. And she will head back to serve as well. Right to Leduc, sets it across for Radical. To the back, off the hands, off the ceiling a few times. Going to come back down. Handled and sent over. Arai off the hands of Radical and out of play. And the ceiling keeps the Macks alive. Hung up there for at least 3 seconds. Let them get into position as they end up finishing off the point. Retrieved by Leduc, set all the way across for Radical. Blocked it to net. Radical sends one back and over. Get back quickly to the back and out of play. (17-11), a 6-point Mac lead as Bartles will enter into serve along with Quaid. Cross court. Set all the way across right side for Hansen off the net. And the Lancers bring it within 5. And Bartles will send it into the net. Gives the Macks a 6-point lead, 18-12. Deep, sent back up for Starlin, will fade away to get it. Good spot, dug up and just touched over. Received by Radical. Thompson sets one up for Starlin. Tipped at the net, tipped back. Goes from across, blocked at the net, down to the Lancers side. As the lead grows up to 7. Hansen back to serve, received by Radical. Set back for Radical. Cross court, drops it down in the corner. Lancers bring it now within 6. Larson liner for the Lancers for Starlin. With now Radical back to serve. Get back up into play. And off the top of the net. Lancers now within 4. Sent close to that, going to be faded back up and through the hands of Larson off to the line. As Heffler will now head back to serve. Court for Larson. Thompson across for Leduc. To the back, too far. Back once again. Right to Radical. Thompson back up. Radical from back row to the corner. Well off the hands of Flanagan to the wall. And the Lancers going to get it back now at 15. And Starlin will re-enter for Larson will head back to serve down 6, 21-15. Serve, going to set one back quickly. Center got it in the air, but ended up sending it long. Untouched by the Lancers as they bring it within 5, 21-16. Starlin right back middle, going to set one right side. Down the line, once again out of play. And the Lancers back within 4. Goes high to the back. And so quickly center. Tipped off the hands of Starlin. Bartles can't make it back. And the Lancers go back down by 5. Sikora will enter. And it'll be Aaron back to serve. Received by Thompson. Starlin sets one back. No one there to get it. As multiple Lancers collide. Lancers now down 6. 23-17 and a timeout by the Lancers. .3-17, 6-point lead for the Macks, just 2 points away from taking this first set. It'll be Aaron back to serve for the Macks. The back received by Duke. Starlin will set one up for Quaid, trying to get around, and that one's going to be bumped into the net. Quaid tried to go for it, couldn't get around. Luke came over to try to assist, couldn't get there in time, and the Macks just now 1 point away. Received by Duke, trying to be saved off the net for now Thompson. Saved in the back, and they set one across left side and into the net. Gives the Lancers one last chance, 24-18, down 6, with Gurgle entering for Quaid. And Gurgle heading back to serve. They need 6 straight to keep this one going. Good spot, dug up and sent all the way across. Good touch over the net. Radical on a dive. Can't make it there in time. And that'll do it for the first set. 25-18. Lancers lose it by 7. We'll be back for the second set in about 3 minutes. And we are back for the second set. Luke will start off the Lancers after dropping that first set 25-17. Sorry, 25-18. As that one heads deep to the back. Set quickly. Going to send it back across for Thompson. She'll get it over. Step back left side, gonna try to touch the right hand of Thompson and Will. Deflecting back onto the line for a 1-0 Mac lead. Carrington back to serve. Received by Starlin. Across for Radical. Going down the line and out of play. And off the top of the net, Lance is going to get it back within one. And it'll be Thompson back to serve. Off the net, diving save, that one hits the floor. As Thompson knocks down an ace and ties this one up at 2. And Larson gonna enter for Starlin. And it's Thompson back looking for a lead. Set across left side, trying to just reach over and tip it over, and does. Set right back over the net. As the Macks go up by 1, 3-2. Flanagan back to serve now for the Macks. Up by 1, 3-2. The corner received by Leduc. Thompson all the way across for Radical. And blocked into the net. As the Lancers tie it up at 3. Bartles and Quayle on their fourth, Koenig and Kurgel. And it'll lead Bartles back to serve. Dog up and set quickly, center, back to the corner line and drops it down. As the Macks go up by 2, 5-3. Saved by Bartles, going to send one across for Larson, he'll bump it over. Send across left side, cross quarter through the hands of Leduc. And the Lancers now down 3, 6-3. Received by Bartles. Going to set one up for Wade, blocked at the net. Bartles puts it back in the air, sent right back by the Max Heffler, but in the net. So 6-4, the Lancers get it back. It'll be Radical back to serve. Sends to the corner, back to Lancers side, tipped over by Leduc, and touched off the hands of Aaron, and they're going to say it did not hit her hands. So just out of bounds off Leduc. 7-4, Macks go back up by 3. Off the hands of Larson out of play for an ace as Starlin re-enters for her. And now Heffler back to serve. Off the hands of Starlin, Thompson will send one back, right from back row into the net. And now Seibelin for Bartles. With Heffler back to serve. And that Lance is going to get it right back. With now Starlin back to serve. The back sent back close to the neck. And someone quickly off the hands of Seibelin out of play. And the Macks can get it back. With Aaron heading back to serve. Towards Leduc, going to get it up in the air. Starlin back across. Close to the net, back to the McDonnell side, still sending one right back. Stick over by Thompson. Back across opposite side, Radical's there. Thompson back across for Quaid. Gonna just tip it over. Set quickly center, has to rush back to get it over to Thompson. Starlin back for Thompson. Tipped at the net, sent back up. All the way across, right side. Good touch over, Radical there. Starlin back up for Thompson. And I'm going to say Lancers in the net. Now a 10-5 game. And that went into the top of the net. 10-6 Lancers bring it back within 4. And it'll be Jurgle back to serve for the Lancers as Candy Gray enters for Seibel. Off the top of the net and drops down for an ace. The Lancers now within 3. Off the net, slides over, set back center, and drops down in the corner line. And it'll be Ruff back to serve for the Macks. The back received by Leduc. Starting across for Thompson. Trying to touch it over, sitting right back and then a play. As the Macks go up by 5, 12-7. The corner received by Leduc. Starling going to touch one over. Good reaction from Ruff. Going to be sent back corner. Tipped on a play by Radical. As the Lancers go down 6 in a timeout by the Lancers. 13-7. The Macks with a 6-point lead. Back in the timeout, 13-7, the Lancers down 6. Lancers gonna head straight for Gurgle. Starlin back across for Koenig on the run, blocking the net back in the air, with no one back to receive it. As the Macks double them up, 14-7. Short by Duke, sends it to the net, back for Radical, who will send it over. Set quickly, tipped the net by Koenig, who ends up dropping down right behind her. As the Macks go up 8-15-7. Back corner, received by Gurgle. Leduc back into play, and Radical will bump it over. And now going to be called out. They're going to say Gurgle's got it as it was about to hit that half-court line, which is automatically out of play. So they'll go ahead and just give the point to the Macks. Since then for Duke. Step back center for no one. Radical will just take it. Back once again, cross court high offensive Radical up the ceiling, has some space for it. Bartle sends one up and back to the Macks side. Across, right side. Right for Radical. Starlin rushes over to slide it up. And Thompson will send it over. Check quickly. Right for Radical again. Starlin can't save it off the net. And the Lancers go down 10, 17-7. And Kidding now will enter for Bartles. Rough back to serve once again. Radical running up. Koenig will bump it over. To the cross right side. Tip of the net. Koenig gets it back in the air. Sterling back up for Thompson and blocked at the net. As the Lancers go down 11, 18-7. And now Bartles back in for Koenig. The back high off the hands of Leduc. Gurgle sends one back up. And Thompson will bump it over. Save in set center. Sliding save by Radical. Sterling back up for Thompson. The back corner handled by Ruff. Giving set back across. Blocked the snap by Leduc. Back in the air. Touched it back across. Cross court. Saved by Radical. Sterling back up for Thompson. Blocked at the net again. And the Macks now up 12, 19-7. The back corner received by Leduc. Sterling up center for Bartles. Switches in that save. Set up quickly. Cross court. Touchdown play by Gurgle. And the Macks shift to 20s up by 13. And now Seibel in for Gurgle. Nope, Leduc. Back off the hands of Gurgle out of play. And Denise for the Macks puts them up by 14, 21-7. Off the net, Sterling can't get it back in the air, and the Macks now up by 15. And Luke now back in for Seibel. Saved by Radical, sent right back from the net. And the Macks go up by 16 now, just 2 points away. And they're going to send Kazumba in for Gurgle. Ball after court comes into play, and they will redo the serve. Dug up by Radical. Sterling will send it up for Thompson. Cross court, handle cleanly, close to the ceiling, but won't touch. Back across right side. Touching that by Leduc. Leduc will send it across for Thompson. Blocked at the net. Radical's there. Get out of play. 24-7, and the Macks now just 1 point away. The back received by Leduc. Sterling back into play, and Bartles sent it off the net and over. Sent back up, gonna poke it over. Radical there. Sterling up for Thompson to the back corner, out of play, and that'll do it. 25-7. The Lancers lose it by 18, and they will drop their third straight game, now dropping to 6-5 on the year in just 2 sets against the Macks. There will be a game in between us, and then we will play either Newman or Columbus, most likely Newman. Then there'll be another break, and then we'll finish off against the final team before ending our day. Lancers now 6-5, lose to the Macks in 2 sets.